the start.
Morning, Herb.
Whoa. Hello, Comrade Leo. What are you doing here?
I was told to pick you up.
Yeah, what's up?
Comrade Lester's called a meeting. Come on, let's go. When we get outside, turn right. We're going downtown.
Yeah? Whereabouts?
The FBI.
What are we gonna do? Turn ourselves in?
You're real funny, Herb. Very funny.
Easy, Herb. It needn't have anything to do with you. What's the deal, comrade? Something big?
Search me. We'll both find out when we get there.
I think I'll stop here at the corner.
What for?
Well, I want to phone my office, tell them I'm going to be a little late.
Comrade Lester sent for me to tell you everything's been taken care of. Just keep driving.
Oh. Okay. You can depend on one thing, Herb. They think of everything. You couldn't put through a call to Henderson at the FBI if you wanted to.
Pull up over here. Hold it right here. Did he go in?
Yes, right on time. Who are they waiting for? Whatever this is all about, it's more than just routine. Special Agent Henderson. Well, don't worry, Herb. He won't even look at you. He knows who your companions are. But you can bet he's surprised to see you here on his doorstep. Here he comes, right on time. Comrade Ormond. So he's the one we were waiting for. He's going to have a mighty good excuse for being in the Federal building.
Should I pick him up?
Oh, no. I expect he'll meet us at headquarters just as if nothing had happened. All right, comrade. Drive to our meeting place. Did he get here yet? Not yet.
I don't think he's going to show up.
You'll be here all right. Sit down, Comrade Herb. Everywhere you go, phones. But you can't make a call right here in front of them. And then again, what have you got to lose? I better call my office. I took care of that.
I told him.
Nice try. You should have known better, Philbrick. It's not that easy. It never is.
I'm glad you called this meeting, Comrade. I've got some news.
So do I. Sit down. Let's come right to the point. We're in trouble, comrades. There's reason to believe we have a counter-spy working within our cell. That's why I called a meeting of all the members of this cell. Somehow within the last few months, there's been a steady leak of information to the FBI. 2 months ago, one of our couriers was arrested. A month ago, the same incident occurred. In both cases, extreme caution was taken to conceal the identity of these couriers.
I agree, Comrade. It's high time the traitor in our midst was exposed.
I'm sure we all feel that way, comrade. The traitor is going to be exposed today. Now.
You know who he is?
Yes, I think we do.
You think I'm the traitor?
Why don't we quit beating around the bush? We have proof.
Proof against me? What kind of proof?
You've been watched for a long time, comrade. In fact, ever since you entered our cell 3 months ago. You were watched this morning when you entered the Federal building and when you left. Here in this notebook, I have the times and dates of 12 different visits to the Federal building. 2 of them occurring 24 hours before the arrest of our 2 couriers.
That's circumstantial evidence, not proof.
Comrade Philbrick, did you see Comrade Ormond this morning?
Yes. Yes, I saw Comrade Ormond coming out of the Federal building.
That's all the proof we need against you, Ormond. I didn't trust you when you first came here. What are we wasting time for? He's the one we're after, all right.
Am I, Comrade Leo? Couldn't it be you, or Comrade Philbrick? It could even be our trusted cell leader.
It could, but you're the accused. The burden of proof rests on you.
Perhaps you'd be interested in knowing the reason for my visits to the Federal building with the purpose of identifying the spy.
Sure. All you have to do is ask the FBI.
There are other government departments in that building. I've arranged a contact. A person inside the building that has access to a list of names of government counter-spies. We're all agreed that there's reason to believe that a trusted member of our cell is on that list. That's more than a belief. That's the truth.
Do you have such a contact? A window cleaner, an elevator operator, a janitor, an office clerk? With 1,000 employees in the building, isn't it possible that one could be a commie?
You're aware of that, aren't you, comrade?
We're also aware of the big lie technique, Comrade Ormond. But in your desperate effort to protect yourself, you've gone too far. You don't expect us to believe you could get such a list, even if one did exist.
Why not let me prove it, comrade? When I came in, I told you I had news. This is it. I've completed arrangements with my contact to photograph that list. The government will never know it's been seen. Meanwhile, we'll have in our possession the film identifying our traitor.
How are you going to prove it?
That photograph is going to be taken today, at noon.
I don't believe him. We've never been able to make such a contact. How should we expect that he can?
Have you ever considered the possibility that I might be NKVD? That's something for you to consider.
NKVD. The secret Russian police. The only agents above the party strata, accountable directly to Moscow. Could Ormond be such an agent?
So with your permission, I'll leave now and get the evidence.
Don't be a fool, Comrade Lester. He's given us no reason to let him leave here. How do we know he's an NKVD agent?
Under the circumstances, I think it might be best if you did believe me. I was planted in this cell for the sole purpose of exposing the traitor. I intend to do just that today. Do I have your cooperation, Comrade Lester?
I'm responsible for the welfare of this cell. What cooperation do you need?
3 or 4 hours' time. Have the darkroom equipment set up when I get back so we can develop the film immediately. I expect to be followed every minute of the time.
All right, comrade. You have 4 hours.
It'll be interesting, won't it, comrades, to see whose name I come back with.
I still say he could be bluffing.
If he is, we'll know. You and Philbrick follow him. Don't take your eyes off of him for as much as a second. If he gets out of your sight at any time, you'll be held to answer for your laxity. Just a minute, Philbrick. You didn't say very much. What do you think of Ormond as our spy?
Well, I don't know.
Well, one of us is. Leo? The only one I'm sure isn't is myself. Go on.
Don't take any chances, Philbrick. If there is such a list, it's a cinch your name is on it. You've got to get to a phone. The FBI can stop him if somehow you can let them know. Make that call now, Philbrick, with Comrade Leo at your elbow. No, you've got to forget everything except Comrade Ormond. You got to know what he's up to if you expect any help from the FBI. You've got 3 or 4 hours. If you keep your head, you may still get the opportunity to make that call.
Stay here. I'll try and hear who he's phoning.
Go on. Go ahead, Herb. This may be your only chance. It's not even suspicious. Comrade Leo's looking the other way. Don't muff it, Philbrick. Take your time. Make believe it's just another phone call, not the one your life depends on.
All right, you can come out now. He just dialed the number, waited, then hung up. He didn't talk.
You've got to figure you won't get the chance to call the FBI, Philbrick. Whatever happens in the next few hours, you're on your own. Time's running out. If ever in your life you wanted an FBI man to spot you, Philbrick, this is it. All you'd have to do is give him that little gesture, and you'd have an FBI bodyguard. Familiar face anywhere. This is one time, Philbrick, when you're running interference all by yourself.
Observation tower.
Every second brings Comrade Ormond closer to his contact, to his information. Information that'll spell out Herbert A. Philbrick. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing except keep your eyes on Comrade Ormond and wait for him to meet somebody or pick up something.
He's bluffing, Herb. He doesn't have any contact.
Attention, please. All occupants of this building. You are taking part in an air raid warning drill. Please proceed at once to the nearest shelter on your floor. This is a mock air raid, but the next one could be real, so please cooperate. Kindly remain in your shelter until you hear the all clear. Thank you. This is a recording. Attention, please. All occupants of this building. You are taking part in an air raid warning drill. Please proceed at once to the nearest shelter on your floor. This is a mock air raid, but the next one could be real, so please cooperate. Kindly remain in your shelter until you hear the all clear. Thank you. This is a recording.
It won't be long now.
I don't like being cooped up like this.
You're getting jumpy, comrade. Don't worry. Everything's been figured out to the split second. My contact should be here within half a minute. Gentlemen, the film identifying the traitor is in our hands.
What do you mean in our hands? Where is it?
You fool. You don't suppose my contact would pass it to me here, do you? We have one more stop to make. The place where I pick it up.
All right, Philbrick. Now what? This game of playing follow the leader's coming to an end. You'd better start thinking of something.
All clear. All clear. All clear.
won't get very far with Comrade Leo following behind. Or you can continue to act the part of the good party member and just keep bluffing as long as possible. One more stop to make. The place where he'd pick it up. That's what Ormond said. Is this the last stop? Is a contact really going to show up? You can't even let yourself blink now. He made his contact, Philbrick, just as he said he would. You can almost see it, can't you? Shining right through that wrapper inside his pocket. A strip of film containing a list of names. Your name among them, Philbrick. You know where he's leading you, Philbrick. Back to the meeting place, back to the showdown. What are you gonna do? Walk to your own funeral?
Well, comrade, did everything go as you planned?
Exactly as planned.
Did your contact photograph the list of counter-spies?
He did.
Have you got the film? Give it to me.
Not yet, comrade. You see, I happen to feel that I'm the only one that's trustworthy enough to develop this film. Turn off the lights. Okay, turn them on. In just 1 minute, gentlemen, the film will be ready. Just a few seconds, comrades. Then we'll have the documentary evidence. 10 photographs of the same list of names, just in case one shot shouldn't come out. I've thought of everything. It's blank. It's been exposed. Well, that's impossible. It was sealed in the can. The camera. That's it. Somehow light must have gotten into the camera.
I told you he was the spy. I told you not to let him go.
That's not true. Philbrick, you saw everything. You know I had a legitimate contact.
Well, if you are asking for a recommendation of your behavior, comrade, I'm afraid I can't oblige. You said you thought of everything.
Well, I did. You saw for yourself. The janitor in the building, the lady in the theater. You saw her pass the wrapper to me. Well, why would I go to all that trouble if I were the spy?
You can't talk your way out of it this time. You're free to leave. Take him home, Leo. I'll file a complete report of this.
It's not my fault if something went wrong. You believe I tried, don't you?
We were very fortunate, eh, comrade? It turned out very well for us. Being able to prove beyond all doubt that Orman was our spy.
Yes. Yes, it turned out very well.
You better run along now. There's nothing more we need do. The matter will be turned over to the party.
But how, Philbrick? How was the film ruined? Orman knew what he was doing. The way this was planned, the camera was too important to take a chance on exposed film. It just isn't possible that light got into the camera. Maybe it was a miracle, Philbrick. That's about the only explanation. It had to take a miracle to save you in that spot. .415 Railroad Overpass. Okay. This is one report I can make in person. To see you.
You've had a pretty rough day, Herb.
Pretty rough. You don't know the half of it. Wait a minute. You mean you knew about this?
Sure. But there was no way I could contact you after Leo picked you up this morning.
You knew about Ormond when you saw us this morning at the Federal Building?
We've known about Orman and his contacts in the building for quite a while, Herb. When I saw you and the others this morning, I figured he was going to try to get that list of names today.
You even knew about the list?
You don't really think there was such a list, do you, Herb? We had to plan something so we could find out who Orman's contact was in the building. So we made up a phony list of names.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. That overexposed film. You spoiled it. How'd you do it?
When you left the theater, did you notice a man carrying a briefcase?
No. Saw a lot of people, but nobody came particularly close to Ormond. Nobody touched him, certainly.
He didn't have to. It contained radium. We borrowed it from the hospital.
Radium?
Of course, it's radioactive. Just the slightest exposure to the rays would ruin the film.
Who was Ormond's contact?
One of the janitors. They've already arrested him. What do you think he'll do to Orman?
I wouldn't know about that. But I got a feeling he's not going to be around much longer.
Good. He's in here.
And here I've been thinking the day of miracles is over. No, Philbrick. The day of miracles isn't over. Not yet. Not while the FBI's around. The FBI, in destroying the film, the communists were left completely in the dark, unable to acquire even false information. Next week, we'll bring you another story from the files of Herbert A. Philbrick, citizen, communist, counter-spy.